grass racecourse is the scene, and it's the afternoon of Nigeria's great day, with thousands awaiting the climax and resolved to relish every minute leading up to it. Princess Alexandra, with Sir James Robertson, the retiring Governor-General, must have enjoyed the whole jubilant atmosphere of the occasion. A first-class show was put on for the benefit of spectators. Entertainers fairly let themselves go, tumbling head over heels with delight. Celebrating, however, as we all know, can be a bit exhausting. The princess was received with yells from the kids. Her friendly charm had quickly made her very popular. It was as the representative of Her Majesty the Queen that Princess Alexandra of Kent returned in the evening. She was about to hand over Nigeria's constitution. And presently, quoting the Queen's own words, she was to wish Nigeria a great and noble future. This was the moment for which the country's leaders, in partnership with British authority, had patiently worked. The Nigerians themselves emphasized that all has been done in friendship, and that friendship will continue. Meanwhile, top-ranking Nigerians, wearing their finest robes, watched in dignified silence as the climax of Independence Day was reached. In handing over the documents to the Federal Prime Minister, Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Her Royal Highness handed over sovereignty to a new nation. The Union flag flying for the last time. Princess Alexandra was present, of course, for the final ceremony that took place on the stroke of midnight. This was the dramatic takeover by the new nation's own green and white flag.
Sending the joy of newborn freedom, freedom to care, freedom to share, new men to be. Nigeria, make men free.
It's our privilege today to pay tribute to a new and great nation, Nigeria. A nation born not without travail, but in unity and without bloodshed. Gracious in its forgiveness of us British, who by our way of life have left behind in so many hearts.
That is what I decide to do today.
I believe that today marks an historical turning point in man's relationship to man, because Nigeria will show the whole world the key to unity. Our racial divisions in America have been exploited by communists.
Nigeria gained her independence on 1st October 1960. The founding fathers of these Nigerian projects, the independence and freedom, such as Chief Anthony Enahoro, who is widely known as the father of the Nigerian states, became the first to move the motion for independence in 1953. And eventually got our independence on 1st October 1960. The other heroes of Nigerian states were the first Prime Minister of Nigeria, Tafawa Balewa, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who was the first elected president of Nigeria. From 1901 to 1960, the British ruled with force of superior power and masterful cunning, subjugating the whole nation into parting with her resources, as these colonial masters frittered away these resources into their country, leaving Nigeria with crumbs. It was indeed an uneven relationship dominated by the British, so independence was inevitable. It needed to come if Nigeria were to free itself from the shackles of economic and political bondage. This would mean that we could decide for ourselves our economic, political, and cultural fortunes so as to stimulate and invigorate the economy for an egalitarian Nigerian to be created where citizens will have a sense of belonging. That was the reason for the independence. Fast forward today, 61 years later, how has Nigeria fared in terms of food security, securing lives and property, unity and integration of Nigerians, and economic growth and development? Now coming to security, what does the president have to say about that in his broadcast? Let's take a listen to some of the clips bordering on this from the presidential broadcast. Take a listen.
In the northeast region alone, over 8,000 Boko Haram terrorists have surrendered. To support our surge approach to fighting banditry, the Nigerian armed forces have recruited over 17,000 personnel across all ranks. Furthermore, I have also approved for the Nigerian police force to recruit 10,000 police officers annually over the next 6 years. I am also pleased to note that most of the Air Force platforms we acquired over the past 3 years have started to arrive in Nigeria. These will positively impact on security operation in all parts of the country.
Let's even consider this for a minute. With all the heavy deployment of resources and billions of dollars injected into the security architecture, why does it seem like the more we invest in security, the more porous and vulnerable the security becomes? What is wrong with the security mathematics? It doesn't add up. Ask yourself, do you feel safe now than you were 10 years ago? Do you? So if the president comes out to say that they are political saboteurs, enemies of the state, roped as National Assembly members who are doing everything to subvert, undermine the corporate existence of the country, thereby stalling the gains that would have been recorded, do you think we should take the president seriously?
Therefore, as a government, we are ready to arrest and prosecute all persons inciting violence through words or action. But we remain ready to take decisive actions against secessionist agitators and their sponsors who threaten our national security. The recent arrests of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Adeyemo and the ongoing investigations being conducted have revealed certain high-profile financiers behind these individuals. We are vigorously pursuing these financiers, including one identified as a serving member of the National Assembly. Fellow Nigerians, this is a clear example of how people abandon their national leadership positions for their selfish gains.
Even if it were true, do you think it was very presidential to come to the media with such sensitive information when an arrest has not been made? When it comes to food security, we can have all the data showing that we're doing well, that the agricultural sector is indeed doing well, that we have improved on the production of rice, we've improved on the production of other stable food, but that's data.
As we continue to optimize and enhance our oil and gas sector, I am also proud and delighted to state that our economic diversification strategy remains on course with the persistent increase in non-oil sector contribution to GDP. We recovered from economic recession in Q4 of 2020 with a GDP growth rate of 0.11% and grew by 0.51% and 5.01% in real terms in the first and second quarters of 2021.
That's where you have happy statistics and unhappy people. They can throw all the statistics around, but how does that impact on the welfare of the people? That's the question. Like I said, happy statistics, unhappy people, because it's not really rocket science. If the economy is really doing well, it will reflect on the standard of living of the people. Lifestyle of the people doesn't really show what the statistics is showing. Economists will ask, how do you measure the quality of life? The assumption is that the quality of life of your children must be better than yours, and yours must be better than your parents, and that of your parents must be better than your grandparents. That is the assumption. Beyond just the rhetorics, you can ask yourself, is the quality of your life better than that of your parents? Is the quality of your life better than that of your parents? So ask yourself, with the limited resources your parents had, you can also add the phrase, the good old days. How were they able to use that limited resources to take care of you, to fend for you, send you to good schools? Can you even imagine, with the present economic reality, if you be able to, give such quality life and education to your own kids? So you see, that is the reality. The managers of this economy should be thinking along these lines and how to get us out of the wood. Instead of banding around happy statistics, where the people are unhappy. I don't really understand this. During independence, Nigeria was projected to be better than Japan and Malaysia. At this juncture, I can't help but echo the words of Professor Chinua Achebe of blessed memory. Indeed, there was a country. What do I know? I'm just speaking out. Talking about economic growth and development, and I want to link this to the knowledge-based economy. And of course, I cannot end this topic without mentioning Twitter. The president talked about digital economy and brought in the issue of Twitter suspension. Take a listen.
Our prioritization of developing Nigeria's digital economy has positively impacted the contribution of the ICT sector to our GDP. Social media is a very useful platform that has enabled millions of Nigerians to connect with loved ones, promote their businesses, socialize, and access news and other information. Rather, some users have misused the platform to organize, coordinate, and execute criminal activities, propagate fake news, and promote ethnic and religious sentiments. Following the suspension of Twitter operations, Twitter Incorporated reached out to the federal government of Nigeria to resolve the impasse, and I have directed that the suspension be lifted, but only if the conditions are met to allow our citizens continue to use the platform for business and positive engagements.
Just about a few days ago, the Vice President talked about the knowledge-based economy. Let's see what he said about that.
By the sheer versatility of technology today, it is possible to leapfrog, and it's much easier to leapfrog from where we are to the knowledge economy. Indeed, rather than go from stage to stage, the knowledge economy can enhance our performance and all the benefits that we can derive from agriculture, from manufacturing and services. Nigeria is surely becoming a technology investment destination in sub-Saharan Africa.
We're talking about a downturn in the economic figure, yet a platform such as Twitter that would have helped these numbers. How can we advance knowledge-based economy when the thing that would engender such is under lock and key? I think it's a little too stretched for the president to say for Twitter suspension to be lifted, certain conditions have to be met. If indeed we are serious about the advancement of knowledge economy, I do not think clamping down on Twitter till date would in any way help that. If we are really serious about this digital economy, in my own opinion, I think the president should just, lift the suspension of Twitter, unconditionally. Now my closing thoughts on this. The objective of independence, which was to give us freedom, ends up giving us freedom to abuse the privileges of freedom. It does seem like Nigerian got her freedom without knowing what to do with freedom. Freedom gotten on the powder of gold. Our freedom should have been won and not given to us on the plate like the head of John the Baptist. The most unlucky gift we got on the 1st October 1960 was that freedom. Now see what we have done with it. Thank you for watching. That's the end of my video. If you like the video, like the content, please do give it a thumbs up. Drop your comment down below. Strike on that notification bell. And do not forget to subscribe to this channel. See you soon. Happy independence.